Hi, so I have been wanting to record this video since a really long time. There are too many beautiful hardcovers that I have on my bookshelf and I wanted to share that with you all. Also, it's the Diwali season and I feel that we all could take a break from gifting sweets to one another and in fact look at beautiful hardcovers. So let's dive in and look at some of the beautiful hardcovers that I have. Well, starting with this one. Now this one is technically not a hardcover, it's a paperback. It's Grimm's fairy tale. This has some of the fairy tales that we have grown up reading. So there is story of Cinderella, the Little Snow White, Red Riding Hood. But what I love about this book is the illustrations, as you can see. And I feel this would make a perfect gift for a book lover or for children. Well, this one is one of my absolute favorite hardcovers as well. It's the Little Book of Hygge, The Danish Way to Live Well. Why are the people in Denmark so happy? Just look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Again, one of the reasons I love this book is the beautiful illustration. So these are some real life pictures. So this is of the cinnamon roll. The book is filled with actually cozy illustrations. I think this is a perfect book to wind and sit with during the holiday season. So I think you should definitely check this book out. Okay, this one is an absolute favorite. Again, you're going to hear this word quite often, but I think this is the perfect gift for a book lover. This book is actually a collection of bookish poems. So authors and poets talking about their love for books. While this does not have illustrations, I think it's an absolutely joyful read for any book lover. Just look at the way it looks. It's got a beautiful bookshelf on the cover. And I think if you know a reader in your circle, you should definitely give them this. The next one is Escape into Cottage Core. This book is basically about that you might be fascinated with living in cottages, but how do you invite the coziness and the comfort of a cottage into your everyday life in a city? So again, this book has tips about it, and as always, my favorite part is the pictures. So if you look at it, there's a beautiful picture of a cottage, and these are some real life pictures. Again, why I love this book. Definitely must check out if you're into cozy reads. This one technically not a part of my collection. This is my husband's book, but again has a beautiful hardcover, looks great on your bookshelf. If you know people who love Shakespeare, then you can definitely give them. This is Shakespeare for every day of the year. This book basically has poems, sonnets and part plays. Looks great on your bookshelf. So if you know someone who's into Shakespeare, give them this book. The next is The Lost Spells by Robert Macfarlane and Jackie Morris. Now this book is an ode to nature and animals and all its being. This book is a collection of beautiful illustrations about animals and nature and also poems about nature. So if you know anyone who's a nature lover in your group, this book would be quite a gift for them. I do also have, or I would say I'm a proud owner of some classics as well. I mean, Dracula does not need any introduction. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Again, it's a beautiful hardcover. You should just see the pages. That's how it looks. So if you know someone, look at this, who is into classics and loved Dracula, you can check this out. This is again my absolute favorite, The Beauty and the Beast. It is, like it says, lavishly illustrated with interactive elements. I'll show you what those interactive elements are. Just bear with me. So, yeah. So this is when the book starts, the map of the rich city. And I'm sure you know the story of Beauty and Beast. This book is an absolute treat, I think, for children as well. So yeah, just look at this. Yeah, each thing opens. This goes around. So the elements are related to the story plot that's been going on the pages. Yeah. I think I really cherish this book and I'm so glad I picked it up. Now these hardcovers are of course expensive, but I think for me, I've personally saved up and picked up this, and this is an absolute favorite and absolutely beautiful. Who does not like Winnie the Pooh? I mean, he's my absolute favorite character, and so is this book. I just love the green hardcover and the golden embossing. Again, this book has some black and white illustrations of Pooh and Piglet. I mean, I personally love Pooh and Piglet and the friendship they both share. So again, this is one of my favorite hardcovers. Hiri was one of my absolute favorite cartoons. I remember coming back from school and sitting along with my sister and watching this story. It's about this orphan girl and how she goes and spends time with her grandfather in the Swiss Alps. Beautiful countryside. Just love this book. While this doesn't have too many illustrations, some black and white here and there, but I think for me the ice blue cover and this embossing in the gold really stands out. There are too many editions of Little Women in the market, but this one is one of my favorites. Again, it's quite thick, but I love the cover of the book with the illustrations of the sisters and the name again in gold embossing. I think I have a sweet spot for gold embossing. Again, a beautiful cover, and it looks absolutely stunning on my bookshelf. I have again a sweet spot for Ireland, and when I saw this book, I had to pick it up. The cover is not that clear. Some of the embossing has faded away, and I'm planning to paint the hardcover with my friend. But the title is A Treasure of Irish Fairy and Folktales. Again, I love fairy tales. I also have a bookmark. You'll always find a bookmark in my books. Again, the beauty of this book is, if you see the golden trims, an absolute favorite, if you check it out. Yeah. Okay, again, this one is a very sweet book. It's actually The Love for Imperfect Things, where the author is talking about how to accept yourself in a world striving for perfection. So there are quite a few sections in this book, I think, related to family, related to self, related to, forgiveness. And again, if you see, there are beautiful illustrations in the book with really interesting quotes. So this one goes, when we love someone, the greatest gift we can give is to be fully present for them. So if you're looking to give someone a book which is an easy read and full of nice wisdom, I think you can definitely check this one out. Okay, I have very few graphic novels. Again, this is a book which I haven't read because I don't read horror stories. I get too scared, but I think I might give this a try. Again, because the illustrations, this looks really interesting. Check it out. So if you know someone who loves Neil Gaiman and who loves horror stories, maybe you can check this out for them. This book last December, and it says behind the book that it's actually for, I think, 8 years old, or basically small kids, but that hasn't stopped me ever in picking up a book. The book is The Complete Adventures of Peter Abit by Beatrix Potter, again one of my favorite authors. This is beautiful. I think kids would absolutely love it. If you know someone who reads, or who is not a reader also, I think you can start by giving them this book and develop a love for reading for them. The author that brought reading is Enid Blyton. I recently picked this book in a flea market. It's not in the best of condition, but I think because I saw Enid Blyton, I had to pick it up. So it's called Treasure of Bedtime Stories. I think it's a collection. I haven't read it yet, but it's basically a collection of bedtime stories. Again, I was too excited. I've grown up reading Enid Blyton books. Just look at the pictures. Beautiful. It's no introduction, The Boy, the Moorbox Horse by Charlie Mackesy. I think if you know someone who needs a little pick-me-up, this book is perfect. It's got, again, wonderful illustrations and poems and short quotes that really stay with you, like this one. Often the hardest person to forgive is yourself. So this is the hardcover that I picked up, I think the pandemic. I came across the website, and this looks absolutely stunning. Again, this is one of the expensive ones, but I really like. The cover is more has more like a little finish to it. If you see, this does not have colorful illustrations, but I love books which have black and white illustrations as well. So if, like me, you like collecting classics, I think you should definitely have one of the Alison Wonderland editions. If you love Peter, at least I do, and I remember watching it for the first time. I wanted to myself go to Neverland. Again, this is a beautiful book, if you see, with silver edges. This one has silver edges. It hasn't really got illustrations, maybe one or two, again in black and white. But I think for me, the cover stands out. I think with this work, it really looks magical. Another classic that I absolutely enjoyed reading, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brown. This one also has a beautiful hardcover and cover page, golden embossing, golden edges. Yeah. I think if, like me, you have a bookshelf, all these editions look absolutely stunning on the shelf, and you should definitely consider investing or gifting book lovers. Never too soon to watch Christmas movies, and I also feel it's never too soon to read Christmas books. This by Dickens at Christmas basically talks about some of the Christmas classics. Now, it is said that Charles Dickens was the father of Christmas, and so this book is a collection of some of the classics that he has written. Although it's a thick one, but someone who enjoys Dickens books and stories and loves Christmas, I think, would really love this edition. reader or if you know someone, this book is must buy. This is actually a collection of, like it says here, 100 plus books to read and reread. These are some of the all-time favorite, or I would say exceptional reads that one must have on their bookshelf. Some of the books I agree with, or I have read and picked up. Some of the books are that I have bookmarked, but definitely someone who loves collecting books or loves reading will definitely enjoy this book on their bookshelf. I've spoken these two books in one of my videos about Oprah Winfree books that you should definitely check out. Again, these look absolutely beautiful and perfect for gifting. The Wisdom of Sundays and The Path Made Clear. These are more self-help books and includes inspirational conversations that Oprah has had with famous people and different people all around the world. Again, this book has pictures from Oprah Winfree's property in California and just some beautiful illustrations related to nature. And these two are again my absolute favorite. Fan of Khalil Gibran, this is one that you should definitely have on your bookshelf. This has some of his best work. I think there's a poem my absolute favorite. There are a lot of topics, for example, joy and sorrow, teachers, self-knowledge. But yeah, I love how the book looks, again with golden edges, if you see. Special edition I have on my website. So we all know The Secret Garden, classic. But this book is actually celebrates the 100th anniversary of The Secret Garden. So the year The Secret Garden completed the 100th year, this edition came out. It's actually a cloth edition, if you see. So yeah, this is very special. Just look at the beautiful illustrations. This has some of the digital artwork. Yeah, so I think this one is really, I would say, one of the valuable collections that I have on my bookshelf. How many times have you felt like, being born in the Jane Austen's world and the Victorian era and enjoying the all tea time treats? Well, this book, Pride and Prejudice, actually has that. It is, like it says, the classic novel with recipes for modern tea time. So besides the classic story that we have read, this book is a collection of some of the best recipes that you can enjoy during tea time. So some of the cookies and muffins. If you're a baker or if you know someone who reads and is a baker at the same time, I think they will definitely cherish this book. I'm just looking for one of the recipes. So yeah, this one here is of the chocolate shortbread fingers. Again, an absolute treat to just browse through the book. Although it does make you hungry, craving for these desserts. I would personally recommend to give to children or adults who absolutely love Christmas and are obsessed by Santa Claus, North Pole and everything Christmassy, like someone just like me. Again, this book is really special. It was gifted to me by my husband, and yeah, it has basically a wonderful story of these two brothers who write letters to Santa and North Pole, and has beautiful drawings of what the North Pole look like, what the preparation for gifts look like in North Pole, Santa's army, and it also has this snippet of the letters that the two brothers write to Santa. So yeah, this one is an absolute must buy for Christmas, I feel. Again, this one is not, it's from my husband's collection. He literally blackmails me to tell that every time I make a video using his book. The complete works of William Shakespeare. This was again picked up at a flea market. It looked very vintage and I think he just had to buy it. This one is actually an edition which was printed in 1965. So really old, as you can make out from the condition of the book. But I think looks very good on our bookshelf, and one of the books that my husband is really proud. So that was all about some of the beautiful hardcovers that I proudly own, or I'm very happy to be sharing it with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next video, I'm going to be talking about this interesting magazine that I have recently subscribed to, O Reader. And till then, you guys take care and keep reading.